see if this tape works, so I can record a bunch of people with it. Okay, bye. This would be in one of the series that, of course, leading up to the Canadian final.
This was a Canadian final.
This one of the games in the finals. Yeah. So this is Elmer Spidell going for the shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is this area here is where the bench was. This when you went up in the old hall, it was on the right hand side, and Jim Robson had his broadcast up on the top here.
The balcony was only along one side of the hall?
No, both sides.
Both sides,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people...
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was only on the one side. Wait a minute. No, yeah, I think it was only the one side.
The far side, like it would have been like the east side.
No, it would be the Consexus Creek side.
Oh, okay.
But no, I'd have to check on that. Because you see these pictures here, all show there's the bench, you can tell the...
How many people would you have been able to get in the whole hall?
I think it was around 12 or 1,400. I've got a picture to show you the end there. That's really nice.
Yeah, I just like that picture because of the expressions. You can see the game on their faces, eh?
Yeah.
And this one here, this is also the clover leaves.
Yep, that's Kutnikov. That's John, and that's Doug, and that's Elmer.
So, number 15 is Doug?
Yeah, and number 11 is Elmer. This is Rennie Mitchell. Okay. 55 is Rennie Mitchell. Normie Watt, number 44.
Yeah, he's in this Normie Watt there.
Yeah. I don't know who that guy is.
And this guy here is Kutnikov?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. It's hard to say his number, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay. Which end of the hall would this have been? Because there's the basket.
Yeah.
And this picture could have been taken from...
well, there was a stage at the end of the hall. I think this is the hall.
The stage would have been on the north end, wouldn't it?
South end. North end.
Okay, yeah.
And this is on the south end.
This looks like the south end of the hall.
I've got a really good picture in my book that I brought. I'll show you the
okay.
That's not good.
That's going to be pretty good. I think it's going to be really popular.
Yeah. Now what I did was, and don't lose this stuff.
No.
This is, I've got several people here. This is the Hall of Fame book. My Scrap Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay.
And all the articles are in here. I did the liaison between the Hall of Fame and our team.
Oh, okay.
But there's an article in here that you might want. I wrote this article based on several of the items, and it's a chronological breakdown on the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Right up to the final, with the fan enthusiasm and community undying support, was a day that Alberni would remember. The Athletics had realized a dream for both their community and for all British Columbia. The BC Sports Hall of Fame is proud to include the Alberni Athletics.
Right on.
That was they condensed. They took just the first paragraph, and then this is all the correspondence. And then these are the articles written by Clive Denshaw.
Oh, okay.
And it talks about the other guys that were inducted. And this is some more. And then this is a picture. I don't know if you can reproduce that, but that's a picture of the inductees in the 2001. And Tommy Simmons was the one who nominated our team, and myself and Al Brown and Elmer. We were there for the reception. And then there's some more stuff here by Wendy Long. And then this is a picture of the team in their uniform, in our blazers. Now, I don't have the names written down, but I could get it for you if you want.
When was this taken?
This is after we won the Canadian.
Oh, okay.
And we were given blazers and watches from the city and a trophy from the Labour Council.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is another picture, which I've got the names of all that. And then this is more...
This was taken after the win?
No, this was taken after in the Western Canada.
Okay.
And and then all this is just some personal stuff that I like from the principals. Yeah. But Wendy Long wrote an article, and then that's a picture of the team. You've seen that before.
Yeah. This one here is good. Yeah, that's a good one because what day was that? Was that after the win?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, well, I think maybe when we scored a basket or something.
Oh, okay.
But this was at the end of the hall. they put in the bleachers.
Okay.
Came up the stairs. The bleachers were put in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the bleachers there. That then is the east side of the hall.
It's south side.
South side. Okay.
Yeah. And then there's a bunch of other stuff in here. You don't want that. That's just my wife and I. So.
Okay.
And then these are the pictures taken at the ceremony.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to use any of them or not, but I thought maybe if I just brought the book, that would be helpful for you.
Absolutely.
And these are just, some of them you might like Elmer and Jim Robson.
Yeah.
Ron Bissett, myself. And then what happened, they had a draw there. And I won 25 cases of this pop. And then these guys here, Elmer, or myself, Doug and Lori and Al, were all chummed around together. And there's some duplicate. Actually, we were together all the time. And then there was an article, and then this is the stuff written up at the Hall of Fame about the different people. And then that's about the athletics. And then Diot did a deal in the Pacific Rim Review. He interviewed me. And he got the wrong names in here. So there's a picture of the championship team with all the names. So
these are the right names.
Yeah, right place. And then this is taken at the Hall of Fame in 2001. The only guy who wasn't there was this fella here. Roy Durante was our trainer, but he had a back operation, so he couldn't make it.
Well, that's pretty good. You got all the guys but one.
Yeah. And that's a little summary I wrote out. Yeah. And then this is my clearly Canadian certificate. So I thought you might want to look at that. And then these are just thank you letters from you guys.
Yeah.
So anyway, I thought you might like to look at that. There's some pictures of the old. And
that's good, yeah.
And then what I did was I went through, and I brought this picture here. This is
that's the program.
The Olympics.
Oh yeah. You were talking about that.
And this is a team when we beat Lethbridge to go to the Olympic trials, and then that's our picture of our team, the guys that went to the Olympic trials. And when you get ready to use it, if you want, I can give it to you.
Sure.
And then there's the pictures. We were there. We are right here. And we picked up 3 guys from Vancouver, Mike Fraser, Al Bertels, and Ken Winsley, to join our team.
Okay.
And then this was the schedule.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, when we get ready for that, that'd be good.
But I'll let you have these now. Now, I thought this would be interesting for you to look at. This is a 1961-62 basketball program. And look at the phone numbers.
Yeah.
And the different, you might want to use that sometime just to remember when.
Yeah.
And here's an article by Jim Tang, a famous writer for the Vancouver the Colonist. And then there's some more stuff here by Al Farthingham. And then I included this is the night one.
Yeah,
this is Doug Brenham,
right?
Roy Durante, Laurie Veach, Pete Savini.
Yeah.
That's Doug Brenham's wife to be. I don't know who the drivers were.
Yeah.
You've got that one.
Yeah.
This is when we beat Cloverleaf in overtime in Vancouver.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Okay. Well, everybody's got their backs to us, except we know that's Williamson there.
Yeah.
And this is Durante here, isn't it?
No. Oh, this is Durante here. That's Ron Bissett.
Okay.
And
there's the picture with the Blazers.
Yeah. Okay. And there's another one. This picture is John Kutnikov, myself, Laurie Veach, Dave Galliford. No. The barber. I can't remember his name. John Galliford, I think it was. And that's John Krahowski. This is Ron Bissett, Harry Kermode, Dave Mitchell, Bobby Burtwell from the Cloverleafs. They came over to celebrate with us. This is drinking out of the championship trophy. Laurie Veach, Joe Buchanan, myself, Rolly Toms.
Oh yeah, Rolly.
And there's that one. So
just get back to the one with Rolly. What? This is the Canadian championship.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right after the game then.
Yeah. In the dressing room.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah.
So and then
don't think I've ever seen a picture of Rolly Tops before.
Yeah, he was a great basketball fan.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put these all in together now.
Yeah.
You are entrusted with my treasures.
Yep.
Because I think Al Brown's. Then what I did was I went through here. Well, first of all, this is the Island and the BC Championships.
Okay. This is the one against Victoria Orphans.
Well, and the Cloverleafs.
There's that picture again.
Yeah, and this was taken on the Sunday. And there's a picture of Elmer with the championship and John Williamson. Okay, and then I went through and
Elmer looks like a kid there, doesn't he?
And that's Joe Buchanan and Laurie Beach and Dave Mitchell.
Yeah.
And then here's the one Alberni takes title in Overtime Thriller, 58. And then this is where it talks about the ball had hardly stopped bouncing before the fans who stayed in the valley took the first steps towards arranging the welcome. When the team drove into the valley Sunday afternoon, hundreds of cars and thousands of people turned out for the parade.
This was after which one?
This is after we defeated Vancouver Cloverleafs.
Oh, okay.
Then this is the game when we beat the team from Victoria.
The Orphans,
Yeah. Now some of the guys, see, we were only allowed to dress 10 players. So three of us, Dave Mitchell, Neil DeSonia, and I didn't dress. We were the odd man out. But we weren't favored to win this.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, those are
look at the shorts.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is Johnny Clark.
Yeah.
That's Doug Burnham, Ron Bissett. That's Ed Peterson. And so I thought.
Yeah.
So what I did was I broke that down for you there. So
That's the island, right?
Okay, and then this is the Western Canada, and I brought these for you. This is the Alberni's welcome. These were posters all over town.
That's a good idea, yeah.
And then this is the championship, the Western Canada.
Yeah, I got a copy of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'll leave that with you. And then this was a Go A's Go. And then this is all.
When did these come out?
They were
after the.
No, it was during the. They were
during the campaign.
Yeah. And then here's all articles you might want to glean some information out of.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I put this together. This is the Canadian. And that's a Canadian Championship trophy.
This is good. I like this.
Yeah. And this is a Canadian Championship trophy.
Yeah.
There's program. And it's interesting. One of these guys, I can't remember which one it is now, but one of these guys, his wife, one of the players, his sister lives in Port Alberni, McClary. Her husband just died. And then this was from the Labour Council.
Oh, yeah.
They had a dinner hosted for us, and we received trophies. And the city had a deal for us, too. That was when the Twin Cities got together to present us, and we got
for the first time.
Rolex watches. And then this is all the articles. And the interesting thing I'd like you to note here is who covered these. Oh, here's a telegram that I was able to keep from Fred Hume, we also had a phone call from Grant Warwick, who'd won the Allen Cup that year. This is Jim receiving his watch.
Yeah, I ran that one.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we never got the real picture. It was just a newspaper picture.
And these are some of the Gunners' pictures.
Yeah. Some of those are the same ones that I've got copies of,
So anyway, and these are all the articles. I thought you might like to glean some stuff, but and this is the one, I don't know if you want to do anything with that. That's when John was killed.
Yeah, you know what? It's good for background information because I'm sure once we run this one of John anyway, people are going to come forward with it.
I'm just trying to, and this was a reception put on by CJAV.
Yeah, I've seen that picture before. I think I got it from Elmer. He brought me a bunch of newspaper clippings.
Yeah, that's Bert Wool, and that's Watt. Piquel was over too. Actually, the interesting thing about Bob Piquel, he was the most despised Vancouver player, but when he came to the Canadian final, he was cheered by everybody. Yes, please. Yeah.
Thank you.
And we got M&B donated a new clock, which came from UBC. There's the guys waiting to buy tickets.
Yeah.
But if you look at some of the people that wrote these articles, Doug Peden, Torchy Peden from Victoria. This is a deal. And I guess
This is good. Whole province behind Alberni Ace.
yeah. And we're so anyway, I put those all there in the sequence in which they occurred.
Yeah.
So
Well, that one we had was with the clover leaves. This is good. I think this and the other one are really good. Yeah, because it shows the community involved.
Well, just the fact that they had the parade after we won the Canadian BC.
Yeah.
And when we had our practices, there were all kinds of people who came out to watch the practices. And they were all best of 5. I found that out for sure.
Every series?
And with the Cloverleafs, all 3 leading to the Canadian were best of 5, and we won the odd game.
Okay.
And the interesting thing is when we won the game in Vancouver, it was at UBC, and I think it was 10 or 11 busloads of fans came from Port Alberni to watch the game. And that was on the old Blackball Ferry rounds.
I know somebody mentioned that to me before, that they were all afraid the fans from Alberni were going to be a little rowdy.
They were. And the barber, I'll never forget this, we had to wait for the game to start because Fred Bishop had made arrangements for a police escort. And it had to be the West Vancouver, the City of Vancouver Police, and the RCMP. And when they arrived at UBC, there's a walk-up on the big thing, and the barber, I can't remember his name, he got up there and he said, "Okay, Elmer, we're here, you can play now." And Ron Weber, the coach of the Cloverleafs, was very upset because they had to wait and wait. Yeah. So anyway, it was good times. Yeah, I had the best seat in the house.
Yeah, no kidding.
But you know what? It didn't matter. You were all part of the team.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the spirit was there for sure.
Well, I talked to, this is a little off the topic, but you might want to put that in the paper.
Yeah.
That's from Hume.
Yeah.
To Wright, Ben Wright, who was our mayor.
Yeah, Mayor of Alberni, yeah.
But I trust you with all my jewels here. Anyway, I've got an article about the old Arlington Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
There used to be a baseball playoff between Port Alberni Cubs and the Alberni Athletics, and the Arlington Cup was up for grabs. And I came across an article and a picture and of us celebrating the win in the Arlington Hotel. And there's all the old guys are in there, like everything else in days gone by. Some of these guys are dead now, like Pat Smith was in the picture, and Cliff Folka. So there you go, my friend.
Thank you.
I'm sure you'll get lots of other people.
I'm pretty sure we will.
Yeah.
Oh, let's put your full name on here.
Joyce Germain.
Deanna Pocock.
How do you spell that?
P-O-C-O-C-K.
Good. Now, you live up in Lillooet now.
Yes, I do.
And when did you move up there?
I've been in there a little bit 5 years.
Okay, before that, you were still in town?
No, I was in Alberta before that.
When did you leave the Alberni Valley then, I guess?
In 1970.
Oh, you've been gone.
Yeah.
Some people.
Yeah. Well, 36 years. Okay, we'll talk about the picture that Dan Ross brought in or whatever
You
before.
want to talk about that?
No, we'll do that later. We'll do this one first.
Okay.
What is this picture? Where was this
Now,
taken?
this is, well, I don't exactly know where it was taken, probably in a school gym by the looks of it. And it's believed to be an IWA Christmas party.
Okay.
And the fellow here with his hands on the stage is Ray Stormo. Now, Ray can't remember anybody here, but Deanna does recall.
Okay, hang on a second. Ray Stormo, how do you spell that?
S-T-O-R-M-O.
M-O? Okay.
He lives in Campbell River now.
Okay.
But I don't know if this is Tina or Penny McGonigal, but she's one of them. And this girl over here is Audrey Beckerly. She used to live up on 5th Avenue, 4th
Okay.
Avenue.
Beckerly?
Yeah.
B.
B-E-C-K-E-R-L-Y, I think.
Okay. Now, what time frame do you think this picture was taken?
I would say he looks about 10
Or 11.
or 11, somewhere in that
Yeah,
case.
10 to 12.
Now, in this case here, Alberni and Port Alberni were separate too.
Yeah, so
I was
prior
more
to
in
67 then.
I was more in the Alberni one, where Deanna was more in Port Alberni group.
And you weren't allowed to go across town, you got beat up?
We didn't get up there very often. And my father was not an IWA worker, so we weren't involved in this, so Deanna would
Mine
know
was,
more
but I
about it.
don't know. We're not in this, so I don't know why.
You know, I'm thinking this could be number one at the Alberni Athletic Hall. And
Could it be?
I'll bet you it is, because if it was, I'm thinking where, you know, they didn't have that many places to hold a thing like that. Yeah, so,
It could be. It could well be. I have no idea where it was from.
and it would have been it could have been the newer athletic hall, but it looks like the older athletic hall here.
The balcony.
Or it would be because if it was held in the south end of town, there aren't many places unless it was at the ADHS gym, as it was called then.
No, it wasn't.
But it
No,
doesn't
no,
look like
that-
that at all.
that-
It looks like the athletic hall.
It could be.
Yeah.
But
So we
what
want to know.
interested us about this is that the faces are so clear.
Yes, it's a good picture.
And then-
Actually, it looked like it might even been copied.
Oh, this is copied, yes.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
a copy of the
It's
photo.
a copy of the
Yeah.
original.
Yeah, okay.
So we got talking about kids we went to school with and stuff like this and how you lose track and everything.
Sure.
And neither Deanna nor I graduated from high school.
But if you would have, what class would you have been in?
56 or 7?
Were you not here when they had the big class of the 50s if you went to high school a number of years ago?
We did this.
Yes, I remember going that and covering it when I was at the radio station.
Well, we did that.
Okay.
But
That's not what that picture is.
no, but this is what set us off.
Okay.
And we were trying to find faces that we remembered. And with Deanna, it would be easier.
What we'll do, I wouldn't worry about maybe trying to figure out the
Yeah.
names. We'll run the picture and let other
But it
people...
would be interesting to
Yes,
find out how
absolutely.
many are there. Now,
Now,
okay.
Here's the original picture.
Yeah.
This one here.
Here's the one that you had in the paper.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the original. And here Betty Hansen is, and she never was at high school.
And this is the full picture.
okay, this is the actual... Now, just give me a little background. Was this done when you held the reunion?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, what year
it
was
done
that?
It was 1994.
Yeah.
94. Yeah, keep going.
And I know that I remember there was a humongous turnout.
580 some odd people.
Okay.
No. Let's see, I'll go to the back here. Get it.
Here it is.
July 7th, 9th.
July 27th, 1994.
That's when it was in the paper.
Yeah.
But it was
It
held.
was just before that, because this would have been,
Yeah.
that's a Wednesday, so it would have been the Saturday prior to that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, earlier than that even, maybe.
Yeah,
Here's
you
the
never
one that
know
came
when they
out.
put it out.
Yeah, it was July the 9th, was it? Yeah.
Let's make a note that you spell your name Germain, because, no, that's a mistake?
No, that's right.
Oh, okay, good. So other people would have spelled it with a J.
Probably. I can't find the date. We just had it, Deanna.
No, it's on that picture.
Oh, the actual date?
Oh, the long picture.
Yeah. Here it is, here. 19...
No, that's the one he had. No, the actual long picture.
He wasn't sure.
Joyce, it's right here.
Right there? No, he's not. Oh, isn't that awful? We had it right here.
Well, he was right. It was definitely at the Alberni Athletic Hall, which he wasn't even sure of that.
Yes.
I told him, no, that's the Athletic Hall.
Yeah,
Was.
but that,
It wasn't high school reunion.
It was a classmates
yeah,
reunion.
It was a school reunion from 1950 to 59 is what it was.
Yes. Anybody who went to school, you didn't have to graduate. I remember
it
that.
was imperative that they understood graduation was not a necessity,
Yeah.
but had they
These are our
graduated, they
teachers.
could still come.
Yeah.
For our teachers that were there.
Yeah.
So, we had people from, well, you probably remember,
Yeah.
from the old Army Camp School that had never had a reunion at all.
No.
They came, and, I mean, we thought we'd be lucky if we got 250, and we tipped
Yeah.
way over.
You had over 500.
Yeah.
Did you give me an exact count just a minute ago? 500?
580 something, wasn't it, Dan?
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
was.
585.
Yep. And I know you guys would have been exactly right on that one, right?
Almost 600. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, he should have let me know. I would have remembered that occasion. And he just said, yeah, he was out to lunch a little bit on some of this stuff.
Sure was.
Yeah.
Well, one
I
of the
was
pictures
looking at
that,
the
the picture that you have in the paper is,
Yeah.
we
It's
do
half
have a
of it.
copy. There is one in here that is exactly like this. But that, of course, that's only,
Yeah, well,
we
of
were
course,
just
yeah.
getting assembled at that time.
This is the one we'd like to get a copy of, that one there.
That one there?
Scan that one. I'll get my wife to scan it.
You're most welcome.
Now, okay, nothing on the back. Okay. This was a classmates reunion of anyone who went to school at ADHS, whether it was the Army camp or the new high school, from 1950 to 1959, regardless of whether they graduated or not.
That's right.
Right? And who came up with the idea originally?
Well, that picture is what started Deanna and I thinking that how many classmates we had, we didn't know where they were or
That
anything like
picture
this.
of the IWA.
And then we kind of said, well, we've always been left out of graduations,
If you hadn't graduated.
Yeah, we were always left out, and many people like us. So we thought maybe it'd be nice to.
Yeah. So there were lots of reasons why people didn't graduate. What was your two reasons?
Well, she got married, but I was taken out. My mother took me out of school and put me to work for it, help the family.
Okay.
I was going into grade 11 at that time.
Okay.
And I got married and decided that's what I wanted to do in those days. That's what everybody did. All our classmates were getting married, so that's what we did.
You didn't regret that, getting married?
No, I never regretted it, no.
Yeah. You're still married?
Well, my husband's deceased. My first husband, he died in 93.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I married again 5 years ago
When did you drop out of school to get married?
in 57.
Okay. Right on.
I finished grade 10, and then I quit.
Okay. Yeah.
So she,
What did you mean?
we met in grade 8. It was grade 8. It was my second grade 8. I had been very ill before. I'd started the year before, and they held me back. And
My
that's when
first
I
year,
met.
grade 7.
So what year was that?
It would be about 1950. No,
Was it in the Army camp?
no, it was in high school.
So it would have been the fall of
54?
51. Oh, okay. Yeah.
54, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 54, 55, somewhere in there.
Let's talk about the old white, narrow Margaret Street Bridge, right? It was at the end of Margaret,
Yeah.
and it would have gone over, well, Margaret, it would have connected sort of where the Jehovah's Witness home is, or used to be on the other side there.
Yeah. That
Okay.
was Margaret and up to Compton.
Yeah. So obviously there wasn't a Gertrude Street Bridge at that
No.
time.
No.
And when it made more sense to go down Gertrude Street afterwards because it was like a through street. But let's talk about that, and I'll ask you another question that you can answer me about when they took out the golden stairs. Because I've had conflicting,
The Golden Stairs?
yeah, down through Dry Creek Park, where the 10th Avenue dip is.
I don't remember
As a matter
that.
of fact, Mr. Rattan, who we all
Remember
know and
when-
love, he says he figures it was 1957 because he said he gave me the name of the young guy who was in charge of taking it out, and he got killed a year later in a logging accident. So he said it had to have been, but I have not been able to confirm that yet. Anyway, back to the White Margaret Street Bridge. Now you remember being here when you were growing up.
Yes.
And when's the last time you think you...
Went over it?
Yeah.
Well, we lived on Compton Road, so we went over it all the time. But I remember when I got married in 1961, in June, that we crossed that bridge to go to the church. When my mother died in February of 62, we went over the new Gertrude Street Bridge.
So somewhere between 1961
And 62.
and so within a year it was taken out. So you know,
That's much, I'm positive we went over that bridge then.
yeah, well let's find out if we can just what happened to that.
See, the reason I want a picture of the Margaret Street Bridge is because my brother I said, what do you want for Christmas? Years ago, I asked him this. He said, the only thing I want is a picture of the white Margaret Street Bridge. And I've never been able to get it for him.
And I've never ever seen one myself. Matter of fact, people don't even talk about that bridge that often. So we'll see. Maybe we can find something out, which definitely...
There was one fellow that lived on Margaret Street in the house that had the stones on it. Do you remember the name of that person, Tian? I remember I told you I phoned him, and he said he had a picture of his wife on there when they got engaged. But I know... Yeah.
Well,
I don't even know if he's still alive now.
I'll ask the ladies at the archives, and I'll probably be there tomorrow, so I'll go tomorrow. But you don't know anything about the Golden Stairs, because you lived on this side of
Yeah, I was an Alberni person.
I know that I went to high school up there, and they had them in there then, and I quit school in 1956, or 57 it was, and
They were there then?
Okay, so it's got to be in that time frame, the late 50s. But I'm just trying to find more definitive. Hang on a second. After you did the whole reunion,
We had $1,000 left.
expenses were paid.
you had $1,000 left.
Yeah, and I got in touch with M&B, and M&B matched it, and we gave $2,000 to the high school for the computers.
So what was the main reason you wanted to have this reunion back in '94 in the first place?
I think to get people that didn't graduate able to have sometime that they could get to know the people they went to school with and socialize. And that was the main thing behind here, why we didn't have planned things, was socializing.
I think, like a lot of people never graduated for a variety of reasons.
Oh, yes.
It wasn't unusual not to finish school.
Oh, no.
And it turned out there were a lot of people who didn't. Yeah. You had something you wanted to add? Let's go back to just generalizing when you were growing up, what the town was like. Because this is great because you lived on both sides of town. Two towns divided, my God. Social life was different, eh?
Yeah, you have to have the two of us to make the full book.
Yeah. Well, you're both here, so why not? Now, it was true, like I know it, and a lot of people can't believe it who've come here in the last 25, 30 years even, can't believe the intense rivalry there was between the two communities.
It still pops up every once in a while.
Beautiful said. Is it true?
She's right, it does come up every once in a while.
Yeah. But what do you remember most about it? You were living in the
Port Alberni, yeah.
So you had all the movie theaters over there until they opened the Roxy.
Yeah, we used to come to the Roxy quite often.
Yeah.
After it opened.
Yeah.
And the Three Sisters and the different restaurants and stuff, yeah.
And of course, there were always things going on at the Alberni Athletic Hall.
Oh, yes.
Dances.
I remember being up in the balcony at the old hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was the new hall better or older than the old one? There was a lot of opinions went
Well, I kind of liked the balcony myself.
Yeah. They say the reason they never put the balcony back in was because they wanted to have more seating and like be able to hold more people.
Oh, could be. That could be, yeah.
Anything that sticks out in your mind in those days of going to school?
Well, going from grade 6 to grade 7 in the high school that went to grade 12 was hard.
Where did you go to grade 6 at?
Guild school.
Yep, right.
And then you go from jumping rope and stuff like that, and the boys are playing marbles, and then all of a sudden you're in this totally different peer system. It was a very hard change.
For sure.
Yeah.
And what else? Did you fit in?
And no, I was more or less on the outside. I was the quiet one.
Hard to believe, eh?
Yeah, so I'm told. But I was one that, well, these were all strangers to me most, because we didn't know that side of town. And coming from Gill School, we just knew our peers there.
Yeah.
I had gone to elementary school at Alberni Elementary, then to Glenwood, and then to Gill.
When you started high school, it was at the Army camp or it had already moved? Yeah.
It was at the high school, and it was new. It was new at that time when we started.
Massive building.
Oh, to find your way around after Gill School, I mean, my goodness.
No kidding, eh?
Yeah.
So you were in the
8th Avenue.
I was going to say 8th Avenue.
Elementary.
Yeah.
And then to the high school
Yeah.
after grade 6, yeah. And it was
in
an
high school when you
Yeah,
went to
it was.
Yeah.
My older sisters went to the army camp, or the oldest one did. And it was scary for us to go from that little school to that big school.
Yeah.
Those old big kids, as we called them.
Anything else you remember about growing up in those days? Especially on the south side of town?
Well, I just remember the fire at the mill, and a few things like that that have changed a lot, like the year the beard, so my dad never grew a beard and they hung him, and stuff like that, you know.
That would have been in 1948.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was to raise money for the hospital.
Yeah.
That was successful.
Yeah, and they had the old hospital, and then they built a new hospital in '56. I remember that very well. My grandmother worked in the old hospital, and my uncle lost his arm in the privates and was in the old hospital.
Big difference between the old one and the new one.
Amen to that.